Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones Wall Street 30 day trade setups for today. So the move down is still continuing, and by the looks of things, we are forming a bit of a triangle here. We are bouncing off this previous swing high here, and you can see it was an area that we found support there. We closed above it, and then we closed on it last night. So the big question is whether that's going to hold or not. This trend is still up. I mean, this trend line is pretty strong at the moment, and yeah, I'm kind of inclined to believe that we do have another move up still, but I am sort of a little bit wary at the moment, as you can hear in my voice. So let's just first look at what the weekly is going to end up with. So last week we had a pretty much piercing pattern there. We've had follow through on the weekly. We're coming back onto weekly structure. Now, the real weekly structure for me is in this area here of 27,377. That's the real area. And then there's another one just a little bit below that, which is right over there, which is these tails here, which is 27,181. So any test back in that area does not necessarily break the trend line and does not reverse the trend. All that it really does is brings us back into an area of support where you would expect buyers to come in and find some value there. So the 2-bar pullback at the moment in a fairly strong bull trend, and that's on the weekly. So if you look at, it's going to drop down to the 8-hour as well, because there's quite a bit of information here. So you can see we've tagged these two levels down here. Okay, those are your weekly levels. You can see there 27,377, and then you have 27,181. Okay, so with price already tagged those levels, we're now bouncing on this level here. We have formed a higher low. There's my low, here's my higher low at the moment. So obviously we need this bar to finish, which is a change in the pattern from low, low, low. Okay. And you'll see that on the 3-hour. So remember yesterday I said to you I prefer a deeper pullback with some structure. We have got the deeper pullback. Not comfortable on the structure just yet because it is after hours work at the moment, and the 3-hour trend is still down. We're still bouncing below the moving average, bouncing off it, moving down. But this typically takes a while before we churn. Okay, so this to me is still a pullback. It's still a flag. It's just a very volatile flag. Okay, looking at the hour, you can see inside bar and then bouncing around. I suspect what's going to happen here is we'll probably get back into this area here, 27,796, before probably bouncing back down to forming a micro double bottom here. I suppose a micro double bottom is the wrong terminology, but a double bottom on the hour. It may be one on the 5-minute, but nevertheless, I'm looking for some kind of structure here off one of these levels. These weekly levels are big, so I really can't see price falling through that today unless there's a catalyst that's going to drive it. So at the moment, I don't think that's going to happen, but anything is possible. So be prepared, be a Boy Scout on this one. The last thing here is you can see we had a pretty strong move up, come back to test the moving average, and we had 1, 2, and then we broke through. So kind of like third time unlucky. Then we broke above it, and then it just got messy. So I'm expecting similar type of thing again. Here you can see again, break through the moving average, first test, second test failed. Break through the moving average there, okay, and failed immediately. Then we had another attempt, it failed down. Okay, so for me, you can see 1, 2, and then the third attempt through. So it's always a case for me of third time lucky. Things happen in twos, and if it doesn't happen in twos, it tries a third time, and if it fails or it gets through. So that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. So I'm expecting this thing to muck around here, to be honest, until USA opens. Don't see anything in Europe that's going to drive this at the moment. Europe's pretty flat. So My view on this is really sit on hands, wait for the US Open to see what transpires, and then see if you can get an opportunity to get in on this. Off any of these levels here would be a valid entry, and I'd probably be going in with a third of my normal position size, just because of the volatility. The moves, the swings are very, very high at the moment. So yeah, so you're going to have pretty fast stops. In order to do that, you need to reduce your position size. Okay, so that's kind of my rambling for today. Nothing clear yet, still really mucky, but I think the move down has been done, and you can see there is my trend line, break, test again and above. So now what we're looking for is higher highs. So ultimately, just use a block for this, we need to get above that area there. We need to get above, pull back, retest that area, and that's going to be the confirmation that this micro downtrend is done and we are now moving back up. Okay, until that happens, I'm looking for structure further down, which would mean a small position in as tight stop as I can have, probably below the swing low here of 27,181, and we will wait to see what transpires then. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and we will catch you later. Cheers for now.